Justice Njoki Ndung'u has the most meticulous CV. But the question is not about whether she is qualified. The question is whether she has been nominated fairly. And it is very sad that Justice Njoki Ndung'u will be disqualified at the preliminary stages. From Court Helicopter, we are raising this issue that let the Kenyan government request for leave to file and deposit this document of Njoki and seek an extension of time. This is a chance Kenya is going to lose. Under the procedures of elections, they look at the gender. The lady living from Uganda is a lady, is a woman, judge. Njoki Ndung'u is a judge, a lady. Under the qualifications of diversity, Njoki Ndung'u fits that qualification. But she's going to be disqualified on technicalities because the Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya has failed the head of state. The legal officers, the presidential advisors on legal matters have failed this country. It is not the president who is going to be embarrassed. It is the 55 million Kenyans who are going to lose. Tanzania might take the job of this Ugandan lady who is retiring. This is an episode purely on the patriotism of this country. My take, Justice Njoki Ndung'u is the most qualified person. Welcome to Court Helicopter Trending Issues. Yesterday, the President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, presented a judge of the Supreme Court, Justice Njoki Ndung'u, as the candidate for Kenya to go and be sitting at the ICC. To bring to perspective, the ICC courts have judges who serve for 9 years. The new election of new judges is supposed to be between 7th and 17th of December. The following judges are supposed to leave office after serving 9 years. This is Judge Tomoko Akane, who is the president. He comes from Japan. Judge Rosario Salvatore comes from Italy. Judge Reina Alapin comes from Benin in West Africa. Judge Luis del Carmen comes from Peru. Justice Solomi Belungi Bosa, Uganda. This is very critical for Justice Njoki Ndung'u. And Justice Judge Kimberley Prosty of Canada. The judge that is leaving, that is Judge Rein Alapin Genso from Benin, who is the second vice president of the ICC, and Judge Solomi Balungi Bosa of Uganda, who is our neighboring country, that is Uganda. They shall be leaving office. What Court Helicopter has tried to get is a very sad story for the Kenyans. And it is very sad that Justice Njoki Ndung'u will be disqualified at the preliminary stages. She will not reach the balloting. Why is Omari bringing a very controversial position? I am a patriot. I am a citizen. I am an advocate. The president and his team have not read the law that deals with the nomination of Njoki Ndung'u. Here is the law that deals with the nomination Nomination of candidates by ICC state parties. Kenya is a state party. Judicial candidates are nominated by ICC state parties and must be nationals of a state party. Njoki Ndung'u is a national of Kenya. Each state party can put forward one candidate in each election. Kenya has put one. 2. The nomination period for the ICC judges opens the first Monday of the year of the election and lasts for 12 weeks. At the end of the nomination period, if any minimum voting requirement is not matched with at least twice the number of candidates, that person loses. Specifically, why do I say that Njoki Ndung'u will not be in the ballot? In regulation ICC-ASP/free/res/6, that is the rules of nomination, establishes that official nominations of candidates should include a detailed information on national procedures. National procedures, Kenya must have its own national procedures on how to nominate a candidate. What are those national procedures supposed to entail? They must be transparent and merit-based. National nomination processes developed in accordance with international standards are key to ensure the election of the most highly qualified candidates. Under the ICC, they go into our Constitution of Kenya, which talks of Article 32, merit-based. There must be a guideline. There must be an application. There must be an advertisement for people who want to qualify, to go to contest, to apply. Did Njoki Ndung'u apply? Njoki Ndung'u did not apply. In order to further promote the transparency of ICC elections and national nomination processes, at the ICC's 18th session in 2019, the ASP encouraged state parties to submit information on their existing or prospective national nomination and selection procedures to the Advisory Committee on Nominations of Judges. Every country was told to send its own national procedures on nomination of the candidates. As of April 2026, information on the platform was only 36 national procedures have been published on the ASP website. Only 36 countries have presented that national procedure. For Africa, the only countries that have complied is Tunisia, Tanzania, South Africa, and Nigeria. These are 5 countries from Africa. Kenya has not complied. What did Kenya do? Kenya presented a letter, note number 7/2026. And I repeat, the letter is from the Embassy of the Republic of Kenya. It says, the Embassy of the Republic of Kenya to the Kingdom of the Netherlands presents its compliments to the International Criminal Court and has the honor to refer to the forthcoming elections of judges to the court for the 2027-2036 term, scheduled to be held in December 2026 in New York. The embassy has the honor to officially inform the International Criminal Court that His Excellency William Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya, has nominated Honorable Lady Justice Njoki Ndung'u, CBS, as Kenya's candidate for the election as judge of the court under List A. Submitted, attached here are copies of Lady Justice Ndung'u's curriculum vitae and statement of qualifications for the court's kind attention. The supporting documents have also been translated into French, Spanish, and Arabic. The Embassy of the Republic of Kenya to the Kingdom of the Netherlands avails itself of this opportunity to renew to the International Criminal Court the assurances of its highest consideration. This is the letter. The President of the Republic of Kenya is the one who submitted the name and is the one who submitted the CV. Justice Njoki Ndung'u has the most meticulous CV. But the question is not about whether she is qualified. The question is whether she has been nominated fairly. Let us look at some of the competitors who are likely to beat Njoki Ndung'u on technicality. Nigeria. This is Nigeria's deposited procedures to the ICC. To them, it is the Judicial Service Commission of Nigeria that is supposed to advertise the position. People who want their names to be forwarded to the ICC must make an application before the Nigerian Judicial Service Commission. Applications are done, interviews are conducted, the most competent person is sent, his name is forwarded to ICC. This is Nigeria. Our competitors, South Africa. This is the South Africa. They have put theirs there. And they are saying in their introduction, they have provided for the principles that the South African Judicial Service Commission will advertise for the job, and they will look at the following. They will check the underlying principles for the selection and appointment of judicial officers. It will be on merit, it will be under JSC, it will be under transparency. The public will have a view of what is there. Then, lastly, the selection and appointment authority should be independent and impartial. The South African JSC has provided for a criteria, fairness, competition, which is also found in Article 10 of our Constitution. That any recruitment must be transparent, must be fair. Under Article 10, it must also be independent and impartial. Did Justice Njoki Ndung'u get exposed to this? No. The third country from Africa and the neighboring country, and which I'm very saying very sadly, they might take the job of Tanzania. Tanzania might take the job of this Ugandan lady who is retiring. Tanzania has presented a document from the Embassy of the United Republic of Tanzania. They have provided for the procedure that is going to be followed by the Judicial Service Commission of Tanzania in selecting who this person is going to be. Has Kenya done that? Kenya has not done that. His Excellency the President, the executive, has appointed, nominated, to the exclusion of Judicial Service Commission of Kenya, to the exclusion of the public participation of Kenya, Njoki Ndung'u. Let us look at the timelines when ICC gave these timelines. The first deadline was 30th of March 2026. Kenya did not deposit the procedures. An extension was done. The second extension was done to 13th of April 2026. Kenya did not comply. A third and final one was done on 28th of April 2026. Kenya has not complied. Kenya submitted the name of Njoki Ndung'u on 11th of 3rd, 2026. Is this name going to qualify? The law is very clear. You know very well the decision of Raila versus Uhuru Kenyatta in the Supreme Court. Justice Mutunga and Justice Njoki were sitting in that bench. Raila Odinga filed his papers outside the affidavits, outside the stipulated timelines. Njoki Ndung'u sitting dismissed Raila Odinga's affidavit. Raila Odinga lost the election. From court helicopter, we are raising this issue that let the Kenyan government request for leave to file and deposit this document of Njoki and seek an extension of time. Let Njoki's name be taken to JSC. Let JSC sit expeditiously and advertise the position. Let people make an application. Within 2 days, interviews are conducted and Njoki Ndung'u gets the job. This is a chance Kenya is going to lose. Under the procedures of elections, they look at the gender. The lady living from Uganda is a lady, is a woman, judge. Njoki Ndung'u is a judge, a lady. Under the qualifications of diversity, Njoki Ndung'u fits that qualification. But she's going to be disqualified on technicalities because the Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya has failed the head of state. The legal officers, the presidential advisors on legal matters have failed this country. It is not the president who is going to be embarrassed. It is the 55 million Kenyans who are going to lose. The president has done the best competition. The CJ should advise His Excellency the President, being the president of the Judicial Service Commission, that this is fatal. Njoki Ndung'u's name will be dismissed by virtue that it is the president who has nominated him. We have checked all the procedures of the countries that have given their names. None of those countries are talking about. None of the 36 countries are saying their heads of state will nominate the candidate. Why will Kenya nominate? Why His Excellency, the Commander-in-Chief, nominate Njoki Ndung'u? This is fatal. This is a wake-up call. This is an episode purely on the patriotism of this country, that we need Njoki Ndung'u to clinch this. Is Njoki Ndung'u's name being fronted with a clear instruction that she's going to fail, so that the executive says we did our best and Njoki was not electable? My take, Justice Njoki Ndung'u is the most qualified person. Remember, under the law, under this, there will be 2 layers of judges that are going to be elected. These are: 1, a judge who is competent in criminal law and procedures is Njoki Ndung'u. In that line, yes, Njoki Ndung'u made law in Parliament, the Sexual Offences Act. Then there is Part B, an established competence in relevant areas of international law. That is list number B. Kenya has presented Njoki under list number A, criminal law. Criminal law. So Njoki, having made the law about criminal justice system on the Sexual Offences Act, Njoki Ndung'u stands a big chance of getting this position. Equally, what is important is the question about if this person has a clear defense of violence. It says, ICC state parties shall also consider the need to elect judges with legal expertise on specific issues, including but not limited to violence against women or children. Njoki is the best judge over violence of women, over violence of children, the femicide that is worldwide, issue of sexual assault of women and children worldwide. Njoki is the best beacon to get this job. But it is sad. It is sad. If indeed Njoki is being set up to fail, we urge Justice Njoki to read the law. Let her raise this issue and let everybody in the judicial process and the legal fraternity come to the rescue of this country. Wakili Danstan Omari, giving it the way it is as a patriot and as a citizen of this country. Thank you.